So let's start the session. Yesterday, someone asked me to take logging. So we will see logging first here. So what is logging means? Whenever you create an application, so it needs a logging file. So you can find errors very easily. So when a program runs, so it will update the log files and the time and what error is coming. So it will store that in a log file. If you see the log file, you will understand what the error is coming. So you can solve that very easily. So to do that, in Python, we have a module called logging. First, we need to import that logging. And after importing that, you can just use the logging module. It has some functions and classes here. So you can see error for error creations and handlers info. You see info here, info text message. What message you want to show, you can use this. So let me example. This is an message. So save this and run. So if you want to write this infos and messages in a file, you can configure the login using the basic login, basic config. In that basic config, you can give the file name here. And we need to give the file more. So I'm going to write the file. So let's use the W is for writing. And one more we have format. Format means uh, if you want to uh, print the message in a format like the time and the message and the level. If you want, we can add that. In here, what we need to do, just put percentage and two parentheses. After that, we need to put percentage. Inside this, we need to write what you want. Say I want time here, so let's time here, and we need to put yes after that, and another same format. In the time we want message, okay? Message. So this will run that. After that, we can just write some error. We can also create an error. And we have a debug here. And also and after that we can shut down. So I use single quotes here. So let's make it as double quotes. That's why it's giving me error. So you can see here. So error here. Error. This is an error. It is printing the error here. We can see that in console. We can see that error. So if you go to that folder, we don't have the file. File is not creating.
Irfan?
Ah,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So the file is not creating that. I don't know why it's not creating that file. It's giving me the error, okay, but it's not writing the file to the. It's not creating the file. The yeah, it has. So so only this only why it is. Let's try to change the format. You can give the level. Level means that's why your info or error or debug, it should give the level and just in the message. Okay, still it is giving me this. So this is how we can use logging. We can make some errors here. So it will print you the error and will debug this message info. Uh, how logging is works. So it's not printing my one. I don't know why it is. It's not writing to the file. Okay, let's see. Let's move on to the other one. Okay.
Irfan, just little bit louder, Irfan. Okay.
Okay. So let's move on to the other concepts. First, we will see exception handling. So why we are using exception handling is because whenever in this, if you run this file, whenever a error comes, it will exit from the execution. So let's create an error here. So a equal to 0, a equal to 1. I am going to divide a by 0. So it will give me an error. So that is a zero division error. So whenever an error comes, if I print here, if I print something message here, the error is coming from this line. If the error is coming from this line, so it will exit from the execution. So it will not print this message. So you can see here, it is exited from the execution. So we need to handle the error. So to avoid the file exit from the execution. So how we can do in Python? We have a concept called try except block. So we need to put try. In that try, we can do whatever you want. So whenever an error comes, so try will handle that. After handling that, it will get you to the except block. In that except block, need to give what's the error I need to handle. So now I'm going to handle the zero division error, and after the error comes, handling the error. After I need to print some message here, like, cannot divide by zero. So this is the message will print. So I'm going to take this out. And after the try block, I'm putting this message. It will also print because it will not exit from the execution. So you can see here, whenever the zero division error comes, it will print this message, and after that it will continue the execution. We have some other errors also, like let's say I'm going to add an integer with the string. First we'll see what the error is coming. Here type error is coming, and we can put try block, accept the type error. After accepting the type error, just print a message like cannot add int, int with the string. So if I run this, it will give you this message. Cannot add in string. You can have multiple except blocks in a try block also. I'm going to cut this and paste it here. So let's remove this. So if I run this, it will work. So first the zero division error comes. So it will go to the zero division error and print this message. So it will not give you this. So let me take this one. And now that is correct. But we are adding integer with string, that is an error. So it will go to the type error. You cannot add in with string. Okay? And if you don't know what the error is coming, so you can use a super exception. Name is exception. The name itself is exception, and you can use an alias for this, and it will print a message. It will give you a message. The exception knows all the exception. If you don't have this tool, it will also handle the exception. I'm going to do one more error here. Let me correct this. Now I'm going to have a list here. Now I'm going to call an index that not exist. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 3 indexes come here, but I'm going to give 4. This will give an error. What the error? You don't know. So the exception will handle that. It will give you some error, some message. Okay, now it is giving me an error message like list index out of range. So this is how you can use exception. Don't put exception block in that the first of the exception, because whenever an error comes, so this exception, super exception, will know all the exception. It will take over that. It will not come to this zero division error or type error. You can see that. So I make it 0. So division by 0 is not our message. It's given by the exception, super exception. So just put this super exception in the last one. And one more thing, if I type to print hi here, it will print or not? No, it will not print. Okay, so the error is coming. After that, it will go to the except block to handle that. It's not printing the hi, so I need to print the hi. It is compulsory to print the hi. How we can do that? We have another block called finally. Finally here. That finally you can give what message you want to give finally. It will execute finally the handling the exception. It will compulsory, it will print high. Okay, it is printing high. That's how you can use the try except block. You can have multiple except block in a try block. You only have only a finally block, one finally block on. So finally block should be the last one, not the middle one. So this is how you can handle the errors. let's move on to the other. Let's try to write file. So let's try to write some text to the file. How you can write the text to the file? We have two methods to write the file. One is open the file and reading writing operation, and then we need to close the file. Three things we need to do. First, we need to open the file. How you can open the file? Say I'm having a file variable. To open the file, we have function called open. In this open, we need to give a file name, and we need to give the mode, reading or writing. I'm going to write the file, so just print W. After creating the file, we can write the file using this object dot write here. After writing the file, we need to close the file. So let's run this. So if you write at the file, you can see the file in the folder, so new.txt. If you open that, you can see good morning. So we are right at the file. This is not safe is because uh, whenever an error comes in reading writing operation, it will exit from the execution. So it will not close the file. So we have another method to write the file, that is command this. We have a with keyword. With keyword we can use for file opening. With open, you can use an alias. I'm going to use file as a name. After that we can do whatever you want. Write that. If you don't close itself, the with itself close the file. Okay? You can close the file here also. So I run one more time. So let's make changes to that. So it's giving me good morning all. Previous writer that is erased is because the write operation will remove whatever in the file and write newly this line. So it will remove all the content in the file. So, and one more we have R. R is for reading. You can read the file. Print the file dot read. So it is read from the file. It is good morning all. So you can read, and if you don't want to uh, write, so you don't want to erase all the content, you can just use A. A is for appending. So without erasing, just append. Right? It will not erase, just it will append this content here. Hi, you can see here. So good morning all and hi. Sir. So if you want to print this, if you want to write this in new line, you can use the escape character /n. /n is for new line. So it will write in the new line. So it's written in the new line. That's how you can read and write the files. So let's move on to the other. Now we are coming to the concept of oops. Oops is nothing but object oriented programming system. This is the oops concept. In this oops concept, it lets you think all as an object. It's an object. You is an object. Me also an object, and the laptop as an object. Everything as an object. Okay. So object knows something and does something. We know Python, so we know Python. Uh, Me an object, so I know something and does something. I'm coding here, so I does something. So the object knows something and does something. So this how to create an object, we need a blueprint. Okay, if you want to create a car, you need a blueprint for it. So blueprint is a class here. So let me create a class. How we can create a class using a keyword called class and a class name. Let's say car. Car is a class. Before that, I will tell you that if you create an a variable, a equal to 10, you are not assigning a 10 value to the a. You are just creating a object of integer. So all of these are the objects. You can think like an object. Okay? So if you see that the error also an object, sorry, class. You can see the capital T. So first letter should be capital in class. Uh, so we can find that class. So whenever a name started with the capital letter, that is the class. So the error also a class only. So class car has wheels, four wheels it has, and steering equal to one steering it has. So to create an object, we need a variable here. Let's say obj object, and we need to give the class name and the parentheses. So that's how you can create an object. After creating the object, you can access the variables and methods. In class, if you define a function, that is called a method. Okay. So knows something is nothing but the variables. Does something is nothing but the methods. Okay. So an object knows something, the variables. Does something means the functions. Print the obj dot. If you put dot here, you can see the attributes. Attributes are the variables only. So if I print wheels, it will print me 4. Steering. If I run this, so it is giving me 4 and so 4 and 1 here. Steering is 1 and wheels are the 4. So to create a function in class, we can create normally what we do. We put def here, and after that we put a name and parentheses in that method. So method will have first parameter should be self. Okay, first every method it has first parameter should be self. We will talk about what is self. Okay, so let's print. If we want to call this sample function, we can use the object dot sample. it is printing me hi. Okay, so we will see the type of variables here. So these are the variable type. This one type, that is class variables, is called the class variables. You can call the class variables using the class name itself. For dot wheels, you can just call using the class name itself. Okay, so it is printing me hi. Sorry, 4. So this is a type of method, that is non-static method. So that's containing self. So you cannot call non-static method using the class name. You can only call the non-static method using an object only. So I am calling the sample function using an object. If I call r.sample here, it will give me an error. So it is giving me error because type error, sample missing one required positional element self. So if you know uh, object dot sample here, so it run correctly. But if I call car dot sample, it is printing me an error self missing one required positional element. So you can imagine self as an object. So if you call object dot sample, the object will go to the self. So you can imagine self as an object. So one type of variable here, class variables, and one more type we have, that is instance variable. Class variable uh, will always same for all the objects. You can create another object. Widget 2 here. Class variables are same for all objects. So it is same for all objects. So it is same for all objects. If I change the wheels value using the car class name, it will change for all classes. It will change. If I change car dot wheels to 5, the object 2 wheels also changes to 5. Object 1 wheels also change to 5. Okay, you can see here. So it is changed to 5. All the objects changed to 5 because it's a class variable. You can access the class variable using class name itself. And if I change that using the class name, it will change for all variables. That is class variable. And how you can create an instance variable? Instance variable will change for every object. Okay. To create the instance variable, we need a special method. We need to create a method called constructor. Constructor, you can create constructor using this init underscore underscore. Starts from underscore underscore and ends from underscore underscore. In this method, the first parameter also self, and inside this constructor, you can create an instance variables like self dot name equal to say the car name. I am putting BMW. So the every object name will change. So this object have the name or name as a BMW. So constructor, what is constructor means? If you create an object here, in that creation of object, you are just calling the constructor only. Okay, the parenthesis denotes the constructor. So you are just calling the constructor. Shall we have a parameter here? In the constructor, we have parameter here. So we can have name. So let's say name. We can assign the name to the instance variable. So I am assigning the name, parameter name to the instance variable cell.name. So how you can pass this value, pass the parameter value uh, when in the object creation, the set the parentheses, you can give the values for the parameters. Like I'm going to give BMW here. This object is BMW and it says RD here. Remove this. If I print the object one name, object one dot name, and I'm going to print the object two name. Every object the name is different because that is a instance variable. So it is giving me BMW and RD. If I change the object to one name, so I put in the object one dot name, so it will only change the object one only. It's not affect the object two. So it's only changing the object one name. It will not change the object two name. So it will not change the object two name. It's only affecting the current object that you are using, object one. So that's an instance variable. So every object has different values in the different the instance variable. So this is example of type of variable. One is class method, class variables, and another one is instance variables. Let's see the type of functions here. So it's a method, type of methods. So this is a type of non-static method. Defaultly in Python, every method that is non-static method, and we have another two methods also. One is class method and other one is static method. To create a class method or static method, we define say get function here. To create a class method, we need to use a parameter called CLS, not the self, that is CLS. So how Python knows which is a class method? We need to define that. Okay, this is a class method. How we can do that? Before the function definition, put an aggregate and use class method. And now the Python will know it's a class method. So why you are using class method? Because whenever you want to work with class variables, you can define a class method. So using this CLS parameter, you can access these parameters. These variables. I print CLS dot fields and CLS dot string. So now if you call this function, you can call class method with the class name itself star dot get. So it is printing me 4 and 1. This class method will only work on class variables, you cannot access the instant variable. If I say printer cls.name, it will not work. It will give you an error. So it is giving me an error, that is attribute error. Type object card has no attribute name. So the object only contains the variable. The car class is not containing the variable. Okay, that's what it's giving me error. And one more method type we have, that is a static method. So how you can use static method? Whenever you want to uh, not working with you're not working with class variables and not working with instant variables. So class method is a method which will work only on the class variables only. If you want to work with only class variables, you can use class method. To define a class method, you need to put aggregate class method. So that's Python will know, okay, this is a class method. The class method, the first parameter should be CLS. So CLS is nothing but the class name itself. So you can access the class variables using the class name. So CLS is class name, and CLS.wheels and CLS.steering. You cannot work, you cannot access the instance variable inside the class method. Okay, and one more we have static method. Static method will, let's say, sample, sorry, create. So static method will not take any parameters. It should be empty. And so, like I said, Python will note is a non-static method because defaultly the method defined in the class, that is non-static method. To define a static method like the class method itself, we need to put a aggregate static method. So now you can access the static method using class name or object name, anything you can access. So let's say grade, it will print you good morning. Okay? It not take any parameters like CLS or self. It will you cannot work with class variables or instant variables inside the static method. Okay, yes, any doubts here? We have two types of variables. One is class variables, and the other one is instant variables. And we have three type of methods. One is non-static method, class method, static method. So non-static method is like this. The defaultly that is in Python, that is non-static method. Non-static method first parameter should be self. You can also use, you can also call the name variable. So that's the instant variable inside the non-static method. It will print the name. So where I'm calling that the function, I'm not calling the function. You can call the function static, not static method only with the object. So it is printing is Swift and high. This is the name instant variable, and this is printing me high. So another method, that is class method. Class method, the first parameter should be CLS. Status is nothing but the class name. So you can work with class variables inside the class method. Another one is static method. So static method we cannot work class method or class variables or instant variables. Okay. Any doubts here we can ask. Okay. So let's create a class here. Say sample one. If we have inner class, we can have inner class also. Inside the class, we can have another class. So how you can define a class? Let me define a constructor first. Well, for every object, will say create a name. Name will let's say outer class. This is outer class, and let me define another class inside the class. So I'm going to define sample two. Inside this, I'm going to create another constructor here. This name will be inner class. Let me create an object for class sample. So the outer class sample one. The outer class object is created. You can print the name. Class dot name. So it will give you the name of the class. Now I'm just creating the object of class outer class. So how you can create an object of inner class? You can use the outer class object to create an inner class. Say inner class equal to outer class dot sample class name. So now the inner class is created. So let's print the name inner class dot name. So printed inner class. The name is inner class. Okay. This is how you can create a inner class also. Before that, let me do some problems here. Let's say problem one. So problem is like we have a tuple here. In that tuple, we have some numbers. So we have like three numbers here. And also we can count one more. What we need to do is let's take in this number. In this number, where is the 5? So there is the 5. Before the 5, what are the numbers? We need to add. So 2 plus 6, that is 8. So another number. So where is the 5? 5 is in the middle. And we need to add before the 5. So 8 plus 4, 12. And the next number, where is the 5? Starting that is 5. So before that, we don't have any number. Just ignore that. And another number we have. So That's the 5. The last is 5. And we need to add to the numbers. 2 plus 4, 6. And before we got 12. 12 plus 6. So 18. Okay. So the result will be 18. I need the 18 result. So we can do that. So let's see that. So let me ask the user. It will give you a tuple here. So this tuple contains like this. Let's say. Okay. Now we need to loop through that. Before that, I'm creating a variable like sum. Sum is 0. Initially 0. We will add uh, in the loop. So let's say for I in AUP. So how do you find where is the 5 in the integer? So it is like an integer. How you find the integer? So before that, we can convert that into str. So we can use str to index. We can define where is the 5. Okay, the 5 is here. So index number 2, the 5 is here. So like that we can do. Let's say I'm having an str value here. I'm going to loop through the str. So first the 2 will come. So we need to match this value to the 5. So if it doesn't match, then add to the sum value. If that is matched, then exit from the loop. For exiting the loop, we can use break jump statement. So we say for value here. So this is an type of integer. We need to convert that into string. How we can convert using the str function? We can convert that to string. After converting the string, let's say I is the 2 in the form of string. Okay, so we need to check the I to the 5. Before that, we need to convert that to integer because the above for loop we are convert that to string. So now the I becomes string. So we need to convert that to integer. After converting that, we need to check whether that is 5 or not. So it equal to 5. Whenever this match to the equal to 5, we need to break the loop. Break. What happened if you break this loop? It will go to the other value. So, otherwise, we need to add the value to the yes. We can add use an increment operator int of I. So that's it. It will give you the result. So we need to return the result to some value. Let's try this. String outer class dot problem1. Here I'm going to give a tuple. Let's take this tuple itself. If I run this, so it's giving me error. Sorry, it's giving me 18. The correct answer. That is that what we need. So anything, any doubts you can ask this from this inner class, outer class, or this problem. From this, we can end this session. So any doubts here, we can ask. Any doubts here?
Yeah, any doubts? No, please let us know. I guess there is no doubts. So let me just. You are done,
Yeah,
Irfan?
yeah,
Okay, you are done with the session. Okay. Okay. So tomorrow, no, we'll be seeing polymorphism. So before that, let me share my screen. So you already know that we are bigdatahandson.com. So few people have joined newly. So here, no, like you can see the latest video, which is available here in this location. That is Python. So part 4 is here. So we would replace with part 5 once we get the video in few minutes, in few hours. No, you will be see that part 5 is resembling here. And in this meetup uploads, if you want to see older videos, then you can go to meetup videos here, and you can see these older videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and all other machine learning big data videos. No, you can see. So latest 4 videos we can see here. Any doubts or any clarifications, you can see our address 9888424 and tomorrow, no, we shall continue the rest. Thank you all from bigdatahandson.com. Thank you, Irfan, and we shall continue tomorrow then. Thank you.